guys, it's Megan Aller in sales with First American Title here in Denver, Colorado, to give you your weekly Wednesday update. I wanted to spend a couple of minutes talking with you today about the impact of low interest rates that buyers have on their overall purchasing power in light of the recent drop in our interest rate. Now, it is true that our average sales prices went up very quickly when we had a swift market correction back in 2013, and in a lot of places, our average sales prices have gone up anywhere between 60 to 75% in roughly a 7-year time period. Now, a lot of people think that that has a huge impact on their affordability, but it's actually interest rates that have the largest sway in your purchasing power. Now, what's happened in the last couple of months is that back in June, we ended up seeing our interest rates drop back below 4%. Now, sitting currently for the month of October, based off of information from Freddie Mac, interest rates were on average for a 30-year fixed loan with a 10% down payment at 3.69%, which increases your purchasing power drastically, even beyond the point of the appreciation levels that we've seen here in Metro Denver. Now, over the last 15 years, again, what we've seen is that interest rates, if they drop in the last 5 out of 7 years, in June, they typically stay low through the end of the year. Now, going into an election year, there's a good chance that our interest rates will remain low going into a presidential election cycle. Typically, what happens is the stock market becomes more volatile as we encroach into a presidential election cycle, and in the last 2 election cycles, they've remained below 4% for both of those years, up until the point of the election. In either 1 month before or shortly thereafter the election, interest rates start to go back up again. Now, there's never a guarantee as to what's going to happen with interest rates, and we certainly don't have any control over what happens with those. And so it's important that you pay attention to them. When they drop below 4, that creates a very favorable environment for buyers. To give you an example, year over year, if we look at detached homes in October of 2018, average sales price was $516,000. Now, October of 2019, they're $522,000, so they're up slightly by about 1.3%, but our interest rates are down by 1.2%. And what that does on a 30-year fixed loan with a 10% down payment is it actually lowers your P&I, your principal and interest payments, by 11.8%. And so that greatly improves the amount of home that you're able to purchase. Now, even though we're still seeing that prices are going up, the lower interest rates are still keeping affordability favorable here in Denver. And so please take advantage of those lower interest rates while you have them available to you. Same thing happens in the attached market. Now, in the attached market, that market remains still incredibly hot since we haven't had a lot of inventory that's come into that marketplace in most regions here in Metro Denver. If we look at the overall average, we've gone up about 6.8% over where we were 1 year ago. However, since we've had that 1.2% drop in interest rate, that actually brings your principal and interest payments on that same term of loan, 30 years with a 10% down payment, it drops your P&I payments on a monthly basis by 7%. So it's important that you take advantage of these when those interest rates remain low. Now, for you buyers out there, it's now 9 out of 10 people require financing in Denver in order to purchase a home. And interest rates have just as much of a bearing and impact on what you can afford as appreciation does here in Metro Denver. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. I really appreciate your time. I hope that if we're able to help you better advise your buyers and sellers, that we'll get to meet them at our closing tables. We'll see you soon.